Rainy days don't seem so wet. Stormy nights don't stay. From the moment that we met, you were worth the wait. Oh, this could be the best thing that I'll ever know. Best thing that I'll ever know.
Hi, it's me. How is everybody on this fine Thursday morning? I have to look here. I closed the window that I didn't mean to close. I have to open it up. Hold, please. No true crime. Okay. I got the window open. Okay, I have two people here. Thank you, please. Hey, H. Davis, how are you? Okay, before we get started, I have to present this. Fair Use Act disclaimer, because yes, it is evening. Okay, have a good dinner. All right, there's the fair use disclaimer. Now we're going to go into my video. The thing I said, fair is fair, and I tagged Granny's watching, and I'm standing up for the green team. I do not mean to create drama. Excuse me. I know it sounds like drama just from the title, but I don't mean to create. I mean to, in my opinion, try to clear up a few things. Prior to this video, Granny had been off of YouTube for 4 days. She backed away from the YouTube streets. She took a mental health day for 4 days, and she come back. I don't know. I don't watch her channel, so I don't know if she come back better or worse. I can't tell you the answer to that. But I was curious when she come back what she had to say, because she said the title I saw, and she's changed the name of the title of the video, but the title I saw was that Julie Skolak or whatever, TikTok Julie, had created a fire, a damaged fire or something. I don't know what was going on. But so it intrigued me. I don't like TikTok Julie, so I wanted to know what she had done. I'm wondering, is this something I can use for content? Pardon me. And it ended up being a 6-hour video. And I didn't screen snap it. I did collect clips from it. Only 2 hours worth. Sorry, only 2 hours worth. We don't have to sit through the entire 6 hours. And my point is, I want receipts. We all need receipts. I don't have an attorney. I don't need a receipt. But somebody might need receipts. And I got them if they need them. Okay? It's that simple. I'm sorry I look washed out. The sun is actually coming down right now, and it's, even though I have a black curtain right there, the sun's still shining because it's not a blackout curtain. It's just got sunflowers and butterflies on it. So, yeah, the sun's still coming through. Plus, I have a lamp up here, so it's kind of washing me out. All right, so let's go into my video. Okay, full credit goes to Granny's Watching. That's her page if you want to go watch the full 6-hour video. And all right, I've already enlarged it to full screen size on my computer. So here we go. Okay, I'm starting out. No sound? Okay, there's music playing. Okay, I'm starting out. Let me back up. In this first clip, it says kind words and prayers from chat. Now, that's not something we usually see over on the beautiful Bluebird side, okay? But this Kenna said, love and prayer to Chris, Katie, and the Bowersox family. And the art of handmade dolls and stuff. My heart still hurts. Come home soon, Sebastian. Your mom misses you so much. And this one says, Seth brings Sebastian back to his mother. Okay, Seth doesn't have Sebastian. Okay? I actually didn't realize that one was there when I was thinking about the love and prayers. You know, I was commenting the nice thing. And it says 6,000 in chat. Hit that like button. Oh my gosh. I'd love to have just 600 in chat, or 50 in chat, or 25 in chat. I'd be okay with that. And this is more kindness and prayers. Bunch of green hearts, bring Sebastian home. And then it says prayers to Katie, Chris. I really hope Sebastian is found soon. And the art of handmade. Have a good day, Granny. Hope you get everything you deserve. Win. Okay. And then this one, this person, Kenna B, was praising CP while bashing the green team at the same time. She says, Chris, you're a good man, and don't let the green team bring you down. They're all filled with hate. You are the best dad Sebastian could have. Now, I beg to differ with you, Kenna B, because the green team is not evil and mean like that. They're not. We care about Sebastian, and we want him brought home safely. We want him brought home safely.
What I could say could have a lasting impact, and I'm not looking to have a lasting impact on anybody, but I am looking to be left the fuck alone when it comes to particular somebody. I don't even understand what.
See, first one, she's bashing BJ. Bash number one.
I said to cause the animosity that's clearly helped with me.
Right.
I don't get it. A fragile something taking place. I don't know.
I'm going to jump to a conclusion. So I don't know who the no-name person is that Granny's watching is talking about right here. But I'm suspecting that the no-name person is probably Brittany J. And how can she not know what caused the animosity between her and Brittany J? I bet if you ask Brittany J can remember. I'll bet you Brittany J can remember right to the minute of what you did. And a lot of it has to do with you having no content other than to play Brittany J's content. You and Buzzy B or whatever her name is. Buzz, 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 buzz. And then you've got Bash Tim. Yeah. You got them people. All three of you. You guys are just and no sense. All four of you. And Clueless. There's 5 of you. Cause the animosity. How can you grow every day and not know what you did wrong? If you've been told what you did wrong. Now I understand. Now I can forget. H. Davis. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll turn it up. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. Brittany J is, her channel is, she's got 2 of them. One of them is Allegedly with Brittany J, and that's her true crime channel. And then she has one that Thoughts and Opinions with Brittany J, and that's her fun channel. Thank you, Manda Panda. That's her fun channel where she goes to vent and talk about daily life struggles and things like that. So I can say fully, I understand not knowing what you did wrong. You can't fix what you didn't know you broke. Okay? But you know what broke between you and Brittany J. You can fix it if you want to fix it. I'm not telling you to fix it.
All giddy. Giddy as fuck that he thought that Crabtree was arrested. Did anybody see that? Yeah, it's a hard position to be in cricket day. Like, do I want to go full throttle, or do I want to rub my ears and calm down? I've never heard rub your ears. I think you made that up. What kind of movie is that? What kind of movie are you watching that they're saying rub your ears to calm down? You're lying. You made that up. He was so giddy. He's like, oh, Crabtree was arrested and blah, 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 blah. And he was wrong. He was wrong. Give me 1 second. We'll pull it up. And this, hi, Angel. All's good there?
Yeah. I put my dog away so he can't get on it.
Okay. Yeah, he's a very loud snorer.
She needs an operation.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Yeah, she got bradycardia.
Ironically, Clue was calling me a dog too, so
What's
funny that the mention of dogs comes about. I'm just kidding. But I was getting ready to play a video. Did you see Justin all excited thinking that Stephen Crabtree was arrested?
Well, Jay dropped my old book where, about that Jennifer Jennings and the links there. But then, when Justin was on Nancy Grace, did she not call him Justin Jennings?
He did, yes.
Yeah, I mean, in it weird, Jennifer Jennings.
Oh, that's very interesting. I didn't put that together. Mom of two boys, you come in telling people what to do a lot. And while I appreciate the perspective you're coming from, I also don't really agree with you. it seems like every time you come in here, you just come in with like this, superior stance than everybody else. Julie is coming around. Okay. Julie's been around, and so is SF. Okay. He's like a grown ass man, right? So, like, what do you even mean by that? People need to learn to forgive. No, they don't. No, they don't. You don't have to forgive anybody that you don't want to forgive. I for some reason, I just don't understand when people say things like that. Like, Julie has been a creator for a very long time, and she's, we're grown, right? So there is no coming around type of situation when it comes to things like that. They either have adult capabilities or they don't. Excuse me 1 second.
Well, when you're willing to forgive and forget, there's things you can't forget, so you can't forgive.
No, yeah, so that's right. It's Jensen, not Jennings. Justin Jensen.
Right.
Is Angel sound fine now, guys? Put a 1 in the chat if it's okay.
So far they've bashed 2 creators. They bashed Brittany J, and they bashed Clutch Them Pearls. And they doxed Justin by putting out his last name. Justin don't use his last name. So, hello to the third person that came in chat. Please hit that thumbs up on your way in. Thank you for being here.
But as far as Julie goes, yeah, so, all right, hold on 1 second. See, this is what I'm saying, Mama, too. Like, who the fuck do you think you are?
That music that you hear in the background, I added it when I edited my video. So I wouldn't have to turn on my music and have double music going.
On God's green earth, the fact that you even think you'd come in my chat every day and tell me how to feel and what to say and what to do. Again.
Now she's bashing a chat person called Mom 2 Boys.
Who are you that you think you hold some type of position to tell me what I'm supposed to do?
And the lady just said people need to be forgiven. She wasn't being hateful and ugly to nobody's granny's watching. I don't understand. How can she go off like that and be all mean and ugly like that?
I don't like you. People like you baffle me. If you don't like my channel, stop coming. Stop coming. It's that simple. You don't get to come in here and tell me how I should feel, and then you sit there and say shit like, "Oh, other people are coming around. People need to learn to forgive. You need to learn to unsubscribe." Let me just shut up. You can stay the fuck out of my chat, though. I know that. That's what I'm saying. These people always got something to say, right? Like every day I'm being slandered. Do you know in private, Nick and them are plotting that if somebody gets seriously hurt or killed, how long I'll go to jail? You fucking know that? Do you know that these sociopaths who live in my backyard are sending out these red alerts that say that if somebody gets seriously injured,
When you drop down a little, that's when we cannot hear. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't mute my mic. I just stop my camera. That's weird. I'm sorry.
Go to federal prison for a very long time. Do you know what that does?
Granny, that's not going to happen, right? You know that's not going to happen, love, shouldn't you?
Well, I know it's not going to happen, but that's not the point, Angel. The point is there is some fucking idiot out there that buys everything they say. And if this person believes that not only am I the reason this child isn't home, but I may be the reason somebody else gets hurt, how do you know they're not going to come and fucking kill me to get me out of the way?
I have to say this. Those are the exact words that Brittany J used on another subject the other day. Said that somebody's believing, just out of the blue believing, and turning on her for no reason. You know, I'm sorry. I was listening to what Granny said, but I cannot repeat the exact words. But Brittany was talking about somebody who was doing something And Brittany said the exact same words prior to Granny saying it. It was like Brittany 2 weeks before. Granny's copycatting Brittany's words. Granny, it looks like she's trying to feed off of Brittany getting hurt. Now Granny's saying, they're blaming me for everything, they're blaming me. Well, a lot of people are blaming Brittany for things that Brittany's not guilty of. And Granny's the one saying that they're blaming her. Granny's the one that's been blaming Brittany. All right, let's go back to this.
Like, this shit is sick. They're sick in their head. It's absolutely sick. And then you have people sitting there saying, oh, well, you're milking her. Look at you getting super chats. Or fuck off. Fuck all the way off. Milking her alive in 4 fucking days. Milking it.
Okay. That's worse than, what's that movie with the red-eyed guy, the black-eyed guy? He goes tumbling down the bridge right in the beginning of the movie, and he says the F-bomb like 500 times. I hate the movie. I watched the first 5 minutes of it, and my IQ dropped 200 points, I'm telling you. That sounds like Granny. In that one sentence, she used the F-bomb like, 10 times? Oh, good Lord. Please forgive her, Lord. I apologize. Trigger warning, foul language.
Yeah, you've had this grief for, it's come up to nearly 4 years now, hasn't it?
I know I'm not milking it. I barely even go live. It is that the aggravation of people that don't understand the gravity of what I'm dealing with.
Okay, from what I understand, Brittany J has only been on for like 2 years and a couple of months after that. So Brittany J could not have been her problem or the thorn in her side for 4 years. Not to the best of my knowledge, unless Brittany had another channel. I don't know.
I'm not sitting in North Carolina. I'm not sitting over in Tennessee. I'm sitting 10 minutes away from these people that are clearly unhinged, that they believe that they are this big elite group, when in all actuality they're nobodies. And it is scary that people believe them.
And people have got to remember that your address is being put out there, your full name is a proper docs.
Excuse me. Proper docs? Somebody put a content creator's house on X last week. Her whole house, not just her address, but her whole house on X. You want to talk about proper docs?
And at the end of the day, you've got a burning house, you're a single parent. Why are people not defending you? Why they come on? They're just vile.
No, they just have no idea the severity of any of it. None of it. This isn't like your everyday, like, oh, just stupid, No, these people are...
Clueless has got this point up here that says, that's like last night people calling out Emmy Joe. Nope, stay away from me. We ain't the same lady. We ain't the same lady, I don't know what that's all about. I'm sorry. I don't know.
Local to me. Fucking aggravating, is infuriating, and you're fucking right. I'm gonna quote unquote milk it. What happened with Emmy Joe, Flo?
And like I think it was about 2-3 years ago, I said take her to court, and I didn't for 1 second think this would happen. But at the end of the day, you've got everybody's like, well.
All right, let me play this video. BJ lost her mind last night. Shocker. All right. So here's Justin, all excited, thinking somebody is, getting arrested for drugs. There's a few things I never celebrate in life, and that is somebody going to jail, somebody relapsing. You don't celebrate these things, but these sickos that claim to be Christians, that claim to be the oh so bright side, not the dark side of things, right? They celebrate this type of shit, and it's crazy to me.
Yeah, well, let me show you what it is. What it's coming from Sumner County Sheriff's Office. Very good. Okay. And this morning, it says, this morning, the Sumner County Sheriff's Office began executing a narcotics-related search warrant at a residence in Bethpage. The operation is ongoing, and the investigations remain active. At this time, it was a threat to the general public. We will continue to pursue those who bring illegal narcotics into Sumner County. Very correct. I mean, I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked at all. I mean, listen, y'all, can I get a link for anyone? Of course, you can. I didn't do the whole intro today. Yes.
He was so excited, he didn't even do his whole intro. That's how excited he was. He was so excited, he didn't even do his whole intro. Oh, Brittany. Angel, thank you. Purple Dragon, I forgot your email and I need an app. So BJ's Lives, I sent the links to Chloe. Thank you, Purple. I'm sorry, Granny, that you and your family are getting out. It's whatever. Yeah, so he's all excited. He's like, oh, I didn't even do my whole intro. He's a clown.
Here. Well, let me show you. Hold on 1 second. Let me make a phone call and I'll get a lot.
Let me make a phone call and I'll get a lot of information.
Can you see this down here? I forgot your email and I need a nap. So Brittany J's Lives, I sent the links to Clue. This Purple Dragon shill, that's the problem. Right there. That's the problem. Now, Brittany doesn't watch several channels. She purposely does not watch the channels because she knows that they're over there. Some lady over in Australia. I don't know who she is. They seem to like them people over there. It's not Pete. It's somebody goes by Angel. All I know that they talk the same. They're bashing her. So she's trying to protect herself. She doesn't watch. But other people, I don't know who they are. I'm not mentioning names because I can't. I don't know who they are. But some people who think they're trying to help Brittany and some text Brittany or however they have communications. Only certain people are able to text and I can understand that concept. But they'll message her, oh, yada, 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 yada is live about you right now, and they're saying you did this and you did that. Well, they're getting Brittany riled up. They think they're trying to help, but all they're doing is stirring this pot. Just like this Purple Dragon shill person who sent a $5 super chat just to say, Brittany J. Lives, I sent the link to Clueless. Okay? If Granny hadn't been on the YouTube streets in 4 days, Granny doesn't need to know what happened during those 4 days. If you can't watch, you don't need to know. If it's not on your channel, you don't need to know. If it's not on a channel that you support or a channel that you produce, it doesn't matter. Justin has the outlook. Now, from last time I seen, I don't watch Justin very often. But last time I saw, Justin had the outlook that he doesn't care what they say behind his back. He knows they're talking about him. And if they're talking about him, they're not talking about somebody else. Justin knows the truth, and Justin's followers know the truth. So does Brittany. Brittany knows the truth, and Brittany's followers know the truth. Brittany's hurt deep down in her soul. I can see that. And it's not fair. And I am green team 100%. There was a rumor out there that I had switched to the Bluebirds. I've never switched to the Bluebirds. I do not plan to switch to the Bluebirds, even though I'm ignored on every channel I go to on the green team. So, except my own. I can talk to myself all day long. I'm getting good at that. All right, let's go back to what Franny's doing.
Have y'all learned yet that the green team fabricates information?
Ooh, feathers.
Thank you, Marshall Dove. I am. Oh, I'll get the information. Hold on just a minute.
I got the news.
I'll get the news. This would be like somebody finding an arrest from his area and then saying, oh, that was Justin. That was Justin Jensen that was arrested. BJ fell asleep on panel, so one had to call to wake her up. Shocker. Nothing new there.
Do you not feel that they follow a script? And
They
got
do.
a card where they're all in communication with each other, aren't they?
Yeah,
No.
They do follow a script because we saw it. Because Nick does Discord calls where they all come together.
She is spreading false lies. Lies. There is no plan schedule for who's going to talk about what or what they're going to say. We're not a unified cult or anything like that.
1 second. Like we said, they sat there and mocked the dockets, despite the fact that Smiley literally exposed it. We saw it. They made it like it was a running joke because this is what those people do, right? Denying the flex. Oh yeah, dockets. Yeah, right. Why would we ever have dockets? But then we get the insider screenshot.
No, that's not what happened. To the best of my knowledge, the green team did not spread what was on the papers. The green team did not spread what happened. The only people that spread what happened and read all the papers and whatever, some people on the green team read through the RICO thing, but Brittany J didn't read through it. Brittany J says if somebody starts talking court with Brittany J, she says, I'm not going to talk court. She says, I'm not going to talk it. I'm not going to talk about it. And I believe that's a wise decision for everybody.
Of their plotted Discord calls where they are literally evening debriefing Operation Sebastian Storefront, where it wasn't about Sebastian. Okay, it was about litigation. It was about going after other YouTubers. Not only that, but how gross do you have to be that you were even involved in YouTubers and your secretive little fucking private intelligence operation?
You're just jealous because you weren't invited.
You mean to tell me these guys are just, we're just going to hire anybody? You don't even know who they are because some of them are coming out of the woodworks now. I know you asked for IDs and all of that, so you felt very confident in what you were doing, but you chose the fucking wrong ones. So yeah, they do follow dockets.
Hey, what's up?
I don't think they realise what an anti-slap is, and even though they can appeal, that's only appealing on the judge's decision. It's nothing to do with what's happened. You won. They cannot appeal against you winning.
Yes, they can.
They have to bring up like 120% of the judgment, of whatever the judgment is, and then they're allowed to appeal. And then if they lose, then the bond goes to the people.
Yeah,
that's how it is.
Where's the 120% come from?
I think that's what I read on Pennsylvania.
I've read that. Yeah, I've read that.
Yeah, so it has to be like so for let's say it's $100,000 or so, just using an example, they would need like $120,000 to put up as a bond.
Right. Okay.
So because it makes sense, because obviously you're going to have to, if they're filing an appeal, you're probably going to have to pay your lawyer to respond to that. So probably that thought process is 20%. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? So that was probably why they thought that way. I'm not sure, but that's just what I read. But I just find it interesting. I think Burnt Toast phrased it best is like Betty likes to accuse people of things that she's doing. and they always claimed that there was like a secret Discord to destroy these people, and yet these people are.
Green Eye PI, BJ does not milk anything from Sebastian. I don't know where you get your thinking. Girl, Brittany J is not a cow. She doesn't milk anything. You're the one that's disgusting, Green Eyed PI.
In a secret Discord to destroy a bunch of YouTubers, and they had literally something called a litigation lounge where Nick was sitting by himself all lonely. And isn't it funny, the one
Hey, Reality, how are you? It's good to see you in here.
person that's, like the leaks are coming out from the, all these yes men, like Yvette or whatever.
Well, and then he didn't even play his intro. He didn't do his makeup. He didn't even verify the information before going live because he's going to call his source while he's live, which is likely to ease the source behind everything, and then sit there and celebrate this idea.
Okay, this is number 7 Green Team member that they have bashed. Now they're bashing Mr. E's Crimecast. This is the 7th person that they're bashing. And there's going to be 11 total. I cut the video down to 2 hours.
Yeah, I'm not shocked. And the whole chat's going along with it. They're really horrible. They're horrible people.
Is that anything different? Look at our head mob. Look at our head mob there. Mr. Right. Lemonhead, who's, does the same fucking thing. You know what I mean? Like,
There's number 8. They're bashing Center.
It was funny.
Wait, now the team is attempting to excuse why Seth had a relationship with Katie at 14. That was just acceptable and Katie's fault somehow. I thought they denied that. I thought they said it was never 14.
To me, that's a crime, by the way. Because I believe that state is 16.
Yeah, California, it still is, even if it's proven that it happened in that state. And the
Right. I heard Seth waited till KP was 18. They became friends when she was 14. And then they married when she was 18. That's the story I heard. This is seriously getting out of hand. The haters are reporting comments now, and nothing happened to them for all these nasty videos they put out. I know. This one video of Nobody's Granny's Watching has so many receipts in it. She put out so many receipts in this one video between her, B Tim, Angel, No Sense, Chris Proudfoot. It's just terrible. They bashed 11 YouTube content creators off of the Green Team. They were bashing everybody. And she never does get back to Justin. They say that, I don't know what happened on Justin's channel that night. I don't know if Crabtree was arrested or not. Justin made the phone call. They never tell what happened after that. Grady was, and Seth said she had 2 boyfriends when he knew her. That's right. She did have 2 boyfriends that were her age appropriate boyfriends while she was growing up. But when she became 18, her and Seth got together. That's what I heard. That's what I'm going to remember. Because I think I heard that out of Seth's mouth on one of his lives. I think that's what Seth said on one of his lives. I think it was one of his very first ones. But I don't know what happened. Oh, one was older, married, had 2 kids. See, I didn't know that. But you know what? And Grady's going to say it here in a minute. I'll give her credit where credit is due. she did say that um, if Katie is not protesting it and bringing it up, then we shouldn't either. And I agree with Granny on that one.
To another state to a crime.
Yeah, so if they're, where did they make that excuse from? Like, who made that excuse? Cause
I know, where would that be at? And
Yeah.
here's the thing, honest to God, I don't even want to talk about it because if Katie's not going after it, if she's not pursuing it, I don't think we should either. You know what I mean?
No, I don't. I mean, when
Good job, Granny. That is being very mature. That is being a very mature person.
SF fought and spoke about the essay, I don't think that was anyone's business.
And hold on. Also,
Oh, Granny, did you see the pub?
Of course not, as she was cheating on Seth while Chris was cheating on Nina. Right. That's a whole nother YouTube live. But you know what? That happened 8 years ago. In my opinion, it has nothing at all to do with Sebastian being gone right now. It shouldn't even be an issue.
Publisher yesterday.
yeah, I didn't mean to say publisher. He's a reporter.
Did it go okay?
It did, thank you.
Oh, great.
I'm glad it went well.
Apparently, Granny doesn't know how to put people up on panel because she covers. There's half of B. Tim's gone, and B. Tim's covering this Angel person.
Up for that one.
Yeah, the more publicity that gets out about this, the better chance it's not going to happen again.
Amen.
Yeah, I think they've learned their lesson a little bit. I don't think they can, they got away with it long enough. And then here's a comment that this is Sweetie Pilo. I'm so glad
Bash number 10, Sweetie Pilo.
you shared this because I said the same general thing recently about it being very, very normal for girls to date older guys back in our day. First off, Katie's 5 years old. She's my age. Stop saying back in the day, you fucking haggard. Sorry, that sounds so very old, but it's true because it's not true. It's 2025. The perception of older dudes dating younger teenage girls is so bad now.
I'm a great granny. My 14-year-old granddaughter had a baby, but
Okay. Now I'm just going to make a point right here. Angel just said she's a great grandma. Her 14-year-old granddaughter just had a baby. I know. Her 14-year-old granddaughter just had a baby, but it was with another 14-year-old, so that makes it okay. Excuse me, where were these kids' parents? Why weren't these kids' parents, these kids being monitored? Where were they to be able to create this child? It's okay because they're both 14.
with another 14-year-old, so it's not so bad.
Well, I think it's kind of.
And now, if any one of us I know, right? Let me ask you, Manda Panda, if your middle daughter, one of your two middle daughters, came up pregnant, would you be okay with it? I don't think you would. I can't speak for you, but I really don't think you would.
Asinine that a lot of these people that are acting like it's okay that Katie was 14, these are the same people you hear having live streams about.
Now, I don't know who this woman is. She's just got a big mouth.
True crime involving child brides and stuff, and they're outraged, and then the next minute they're not because it's somebody they're supporting. Hello.
Yeah, I just,
Okay, I have to address this comment because now I don't know the whole story, but from what I understand, Seth and Katie did not become that kind of an item until Katie was 18. They were friends when she was 14 because Seth worked for the family or knew something with the family. I don't know what the story was, but they were friends when she was 14.
Yeah, I
When she
can't
turned
say I did
18,
that. My firstborn child, my husband and I, he was born 18 days before my 18th birthday. So I was a baby having a baby.
Then they became that kind of a relationship. He waited. He was respectful to her. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna back up just okay. Reality. This spot right here, and this spot right here, and this spot right here is where I had those cancers removed off my face. It was last Friday, so tomorrow will be a week ago. So I'm not letting the scabs come off them. This one, when the blister popped, it took the whole top off with it. That just happened yesterday. But I'm putting vitamin E on them to keep them from scarring.
Became that kind of a relationship. He waited. He was respectful to her. I'm just saying.
don't get it. I think it's, it's weird. And the fact is that woman must have some sort of brain condition to think that was a good statement to make. It's like,
This shit is absolutely becoming more and more every day a cult, and Seth is the Charles Manson of this cult, in my opinion.
I doubt that.
Will throw any normal.
I'm sorry, I was talking. Did you just hear what Cletus said? Back up. This made me want to jump through the computer the first time I heard it.
Cult, and Seth is the Charles Manson of this cult, in my opinion.
I doubt that.
They will throw any normal, socially acceptable behavior out the window if it makes them move to where they're in favor with something he does or has done. It's absolutely insane.
You know what, Cletus? It's got to be a cult because none of them question anything to go along with everything that's put out there. They agree with everything.
Excuse me, y'all do the same thing with Chris and Proudfoot.
We do not do that. We do not do that. We do agree with Seth. We do believe Seth. We know that Seth, we have no reason to think Seth would ever lie to us. But we've already witnessed lies coming from the beautiful Bluebird side. The green team tries to put out only facts and what we are told as to be truths and what we believe to be truths. We don't put out false rumors out there, not knowingly.
Brain, what they're going along with, is wrong.
Yeah, but see, that's the problem whenever they're all sharing one brain cell and it decides to go on.
Exactly, reality. I agree with you right there 100%. We are not a hive mind, nor do we follow cult leaders. No, we don't. And like they were saying earlier, they were saying that there's a Discord that all of the YouTubers go to. It's on the green team, and we all have to follow this certain script that's given to us by at-night intelligence. No, there's not. No, there's not. No, there's not.
On vacation, I mean.
Now they're saying they're bashing the entire green team. Yeah. They're bashing the entire green team, saying we as a collective have one brain cell and it's gone on vacation. Maybe when y'all exhaled, you blew your nasty, nasty smoke in our face and we lost it for a second.
I like that analogy.
Sebastian was Randolph with a 25-year-old woman. Would these same people not be screaming that he was groomed?
Would have had to have been if he's just going to up and run off, right?
I mean, they want that person in jail, right? They would say, he's 15. What do you mean? But when it comes to Katie, they're over here justifying it. Oh, it's easy for me to say she's 16. She's just a kid. But here, I was dating a 16. I was 16 dating a 22-year-old man. I was not groomed. Blah, blah, blah. Katie's aunt told us a story. She had another boyfriend. Therefore, it's okay. All of this is so fucking gross.
Oh, maybe this child's parents failed them, and that's the reason they ended up in this kind of situation to be in a republic. They are open to that scrutiny, and they have to either.
Reality, who is this woman? I don't know if you know who she is or not. She just has a big mouth. And the way she fixes her hair, it looks like she wants to be Nana's dragonfly. Not true. I'm an intelligent woman and I seek truth, research for knowledge, and have common sense. As do you. Thank you, reality. Yes, yes. I do. I do my own research. Yes. And this is the first time I've ever used somebody's almost entire video. But this one has so many receipts in it. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Learn to deal with it, or they need to step away from it. It's just that simple,
Well, why did that scrutiny only come after she did something against SF? None of these people took that energy with her when she was on all these other panels a week ago. That's the issue I have. It's like now they found a reason to open the gate.
Okay. First of all, I'm going to say she's talking about TikTok Julie right here. Hello to the fourth person in my chat. Please hit that thumbs up to help my algorithms. It's very much appreciated. She's talking about TikTok Julie. And I didn't like TikTok Julie from day one. I did not. She come in here and tried to take over the whole YouTube streets in the first day she was here. I do. She was on panel for 6 hours. It took me 2 days to video this film because my phone battery died. And when I finished editing it filming it yesterday, I had my phone plugged in. And then today I had to spend all day editing and cutting out stupid stuff.
And now they're going to flood with all these issues they have. And people don't like the fact that she has her child on there. I know many people feel differently about it. Then don't subscribe.
Whoever said anything about TikTok Julie having her child on her screen? I never heard it. Of course, I don't follow TikTok Julie. But who said it? It didn't come from the green team, not to the best of my knowledge.
We don't get to sit there and tell her she can't have her child on there and you shouldn't do this and you shouldn't do that. That's all.
Right. I agree with that.
We got anything else on the docket that doesn't involve in our lives with wild animals? What you got, Stiles?
I wanted to ask you about this, the betting thing
Regina
going on
Wright.
with the grand
I don't know
jury
who
and all
that
that.
is.
You seem to be in the legal world. Do you know much on that? I'm a little bit in the dark on it.
You know what? I have to admit, I'm a little bit in the dark too. Chloe, pass the baton.
Of course. Well, there was no.
Right. Okay. Did you see this? Cyclops guy over here is asking Granny about her own case and what's going on with her case, saying that he's in the dark. Granny says, I'm in the dark too. Clue, I'm going to pass the baton to you. Clue's coming here. Of course. She's got all the answers.
No decision put on the internet yesterday, and if I'm right in assuming that Beyonce's probably watching it, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't think it's going to be as exciting as people.
Why can't this woman call Cletus Cletus? Why does she have to call him fiance? Excuse me, that is so
Junior high school. I'm sorry. Grow up.
Well, the thing is, even if they went forward, I don't think they're going to go pick her up in Florida. I think they're absolutely going to wait until the 23rd when she comes here.
Yep.
For sure. For sure.
But people are talking about they could revoke her bond, and they
They're not gonna
could, but
spend
I
all
don't
that
think they're
money.
going to.
They're not going to spend all that money and send the deputy 8 hours. I will hell further than that, probably 14 hours from where they're at to go grab.
Over this. Right.
Yeah,
They're not going to do that.
Not gonna
Okay, so
So Melissa
check it
said
out.
decision on the 23rd.
I think Clue is
Thank you,
right.
Leslie.
I do think Clue is right because even though you're indicted for by a grand jury, they have the choice of whether or not they will or will not issue the warrant for the arrest of that person right then and there. But if they already have another appearance that that person is supposed to be there for something, they might actually wait to issue the arrest warrant.
Yeah,
They do. They've
What
already,
is it here?
Right.
they've
makes
already
sense.
scheduled her, right, for the 23rd.
wait until
That's true reality. Nothing is going to happen to BHP. They're evil and she hasn't done anything wrong. She hasn't done it. She walked from the street to the light pole, 6 feet. That is not Chris Proudfoot's property. That is easement. Easement means easement. Because if somebody was zooming down the street and Bullhorn Betty had to step up on that grass to protect herself from getting hit by a car, would he sue her for getting on his property to save her own life? Probably. We're talking about Chris Proudfoot. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. I think they've got Sumner County in their back pocket or in Kathy Bowersock's purse.
she attends court and issue it then, so that there's no show and they doesn't have to look for her. They'll just do it there and then.
Yeah. So we all agree.
Yeah.
Great. So everybody's saying that.
Okay, so just because they all agree, that makes it going to be that way. Okay, we're going to watch and see what happens.
Arraignment is on the 23rd. So on the 23rd, if they're going to arrest her, she'll likely be served with a arrest warrant. Then they're not going to expedite over this. They're not going to do any of that. That's interesting, though. Do you think she'll be in jail?
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
You do. You do. What about you, Psyops?
I think that they have to at this point. I think she's she could have got out of it, but she just went too far. I mean, the court can't allow that behavior to stand unanswered.
She hasn't done anything
Even
wrong.
today, she's saying police told Chris Proudfoot Sebastian's dead. Where's she getting that from?
Yeah, I was just going to say about she's still doing it today.
Right. I'll need a response.
As in protest. Right. I agree with that. I agree with that reality. I can drop the link.
Onto your jury duty. Stop ignoring it. Stop pretending you're unavailable. You need to serve your country in the best way you can, which is putting people like Betty in their place. Stop ignoring jury duty.
I think jury duty here.
Stay.
I didn't mean to. I just forgot about it.
Oh,
Okay.
We forgot jury duty. What were you
I wanted to go.
busy tending to the chick? Me too, and I can't because I'm a felon. That fucking ain't fair.
Okay, wait a minute. They're talking about Nick the Hat is on probation. So they don't like him because he's on probation or parole or something like that, whatever it's called. But she's a felon. Being on probation is a lot less of a crime from what I understand. I haven't ever done either one. But it's a lot less of a crime than being on a felony.
Yeah.
Yep. Hey, Granny, thanks for letting me up. I'm going to get out of the way since
Judy Skolnick says
My police department, where I filed a report on BHB's threats to me and son, sent the report and docs to Sumner County after I told them she was out on bond, FYI. What does it matter? What does it matter?
I'm not contributing.
Well, I do appreciate your contribution. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Everybody talking about Betty's case.
Yes, sir.
So, just to clear this up, because no misinformation, nothing like that needs to be out there about this case. So,
Okay, trigger warning here, guys. Now he's going to give us the facts as he wants us to know them. Okay? That don't mean this is the truth. This is just what he wants us to know. Okay?
Clue was correct, and I'm not sure who mentioned it about a pre-trial. So it's called a preliminary hearing.
Right.
And that is where the judge decides if there's enough evidence to move or bound it over to a grand jury. So
Right.
in Betty's case, Judge McCormick bound the case over, found enough probable cause to cite it to go before a grand jury, and they will determine whether or not there's enough evidence at that point to move the case forward into a full-blown criminal trial.
Right.
So,
Yeah, if they find probable cause, then they'll send to grand jury. If grand jury indicts, she will get arraigned on the charges and go to trial. That's
right
exactly-
now,
Yeah.
this, the first full week of May is when the grand jury Summit County meets. Rumor is, I don't have proof of this, I've heard people say that they've seen it, that allegedly her case was heard yesterday before the grand jury. I don't know, I'm not speaking on it. If it was,
I'm going to make a mental note here. Have you noticed there's 2 people already here that have said something about Granny's tattoo? Now, I don't know what Granny's tattoo looks like. I don't care. She can have any tattoo she wants as far as I'm concerned. But keep a mental note that they're talking about Granny's tattoo and how nice it is and how much they love her tattoo.
and the grand jury found enough evidence to move on, Betty will be notified by her attorney. That's what y'all heard was.
Her attorney.
But basically, once there's enough, yeah. So if the grand jury indicts her, the DA's office will then notify her attorney.
Did we lose them again, or?
I can't hear anything. May 23rd would be the arraignment date. And at the arraignment date, that's the date she will find what she's looking at, what she's facing, and or if the office may or request some additional stipulations to her bond, her case, whatever. So from at that point, after that, they'll set the date 90 days out from that arraignment date for her trial. And then go from there because they got to allow for discovery and everything. But as it stands right now, that's kind of where it's at.
Now, will you be notified as well as soon as they decide?
I'm sure we will.
Yeah, through your attorneys. Now, so why does her bond say closed? Do you know?
So I asked about that before. Nobody actually has an idea. The only person who's had the idea on that would be the bondsman.
Intermingled, because it's not, has nothing to do with freedom of speech, not one bit.
What does Betty's tattoo have to do with anything?
It's annoying that it keeps getting.
It's not against the law.
Oh, well, she has her freedom of speech. She.
See, that's what I was talking about. It says, I don't know what it says. Does the judge know about Betty's tattoo? Now, what's wrong with Betty's tattoo? Nothing. She's supporting Sebastian. She's supporting the green team. Her tattoo is not illegal. Anybody can have anything they want tattooed anywhere they want on their body.
She didn't just speak. She did a lot more than just speak.
That's
Exactly.
because that's the narrative she's put out there. Hey, Granny. Hey, guys.
All right. Hey, Jay.
Hey, Jay.
Hey,
Yeah.
Chris. I just wanted to kind of pop in and say, you know, I just want to say myself, like, how gracious you've been through all this crap. You know, that you can be open-minded enough to realize that people can change their minds about things. And I think that's really important. I just think you've been pretty cool and gracious considering the things that, especially by me, like the things I said about you, like we talked about that.
Excuse me, Chris Proudfoot has been an evil, ugly, mean jerk. He hasn't been cool, calm, and gracious about anything.
Yeah.
I just think that was really cool of you. So I just wanted to say that. Like, you could have handled it much differently.
Oh,
Well,
how nice.
Oh, you know
Oh,
what?
This is so sweet. Everybody
Stop saying
cuddle now. Everybody sing kumbaya.
Everybody should have their right and their opinion to, you know, everybody wants to suspect me, Katie, Seth, in whatever ways they want. That's perfectly okay. Perfectly okay.
Yeah, I mean, you
As
could have
long as-
been like an asshole and been, you know,
He
and
was.
you took it in stride, and I guess that's just, you don't hold grudges and stuff.
Yes,
No,
he
I
did.
mean, people make mistakes. People do make mistakes. You know,
Jay.
question is can they rebound from that mistake? Can they learn?
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
if there's not people in this world that don't have some form of hope, faith, or compassion to always try to find and see the good, it will be the nastiest, cruel place in the world.
And that's the green
And
team.
there's got to be people at least hold on to something that can try to express and keep it somewhat alive. It doesn't matter.
The green team
Candle can
does
glow.
that.
One candle can glow and shed light for miles. That's just something we have to remember.
No, I
That's
agree
the
with
green
you.
team.
Light of mine.
There's just not
I'm
enough.
gonna let it shine.
No.
Ferris. Okay, the green team shows compassion. We care about Seth. We care about Sebastian. And if you get right down to it, we don't want to see anything evil happen to Chris or Katie either. At the end of the day, our end goal as a collective in the green team is to bring Sebastian home. That's it. We don't care who's guilty of what. We just want Sebastian home, and then it can be, all the rest of it can be sorted out afterwards.
A duet and Granny and Chris duet. Love it.
Oh, boy.
I'm going to say this right here, right now. Chris Proudfoot, you are a jerk. You are an a-hole to everybody who doesn't think the way you think. You're an a-hole to Seth. You're an a-hole to Katie. You don't even let Katie talk on it anymore. You think you know everything. Nobody's right except you. I'm sorry, I lost my temper a little bit. You make me so upset, Chris Proudfoot. And you're welcome to come to my channel. It's GetLockered.com. Yeah, it's at GetLockered 7474. I'm here at 6 o'clock almost every night. That's 6 o'clock Central Standard Time. I'd be more than happy to talk to you. I'd be more than happy to ask you questions. But I'm not going to take none of your crap. So, if you want to come up on my panel, you just give me a email. Nancy, Nancy, at not at, it's the little circle symbol thing. GetLockkered.com. I'll even put it up here on the screen for you. Yeah. Email me.
plenty of questions for you.
Of us and stuff like that. It's like, well, you don't have to watch what I'm saying, right? Like, you.
Well, in fairness, I see what you're saying. So I got a question for everybody on this panel and everybody that's listening, and answer this to yourself as very honestly as possible.
And don't answer unless you hit that thumbs up. Okay, go ahead, Chris.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
So my question is simply this. Based on what she said, and you agree that the parents or the victims should not have to see this stuff, they shouldn't be reading it, et cetera, et cetera. How many people have sent you, as the person listening, things about this case, things that, oh my God, this person has said this person has done this.
Yeah.
And you didn't seek it out.
Zero. Nobody has sent me anything.
And you clicked on it because it's in your box.
Nobody has sent me anything.
Panel. Somebody messaged me about the panel that I'm sitting on.
Thank you. My point is
Tell them to hit the thumbs up.
Yeah.
Right?
So, yes, it is a 50-50 decision. However, you can't necessarily outrun social media no matter how hard you try. You could delete Facebook, you could turn off YouTube, but people can find your information, cell phone numbers, email addresses, all that, and send you stuff regardless, whether or not you want it.
And you're on a larger scale.
What he thinks is a spokesperson's job, and inform his client, friend, brother, whatever the hell you want to call him.
Uncle, brother, partner.
Yeah.
That was so rude. It was also
Inform his client, friend,
and your
information, cell phone numbers, email addresses, all that, and send you stuff regardless, whether or not you want it.
And you're on a larger scale.
What he thinks is a spokesperson's job, and inform his client, friend, brother, whatever the hell you want to call him.
the 11th person they bashed. We had Brittany J. We had Clutch Them Pearls. We had Bullhorn Betty. We had Seth Rogers. We had Tony Mathis. We had At Night Investigates. We had Clutch Them Pearls. We had, they bashed the entire green team as a collective. And there are 3 other ones. I'm sorry, I can't off the top of my head remember who they were. Oh, Mr. East Crimecast and Sweetie Pilo, and there was one more. But yeah, they even bashed Sebastian. Yeah, that was the 11th one. They bashed Sebastian. So I don't have, I know, look at all these receipts. 11 receipts right here. And only in, I don't know how many minutes I'm in on this video. Let's see. An hour and 15 minutes. Okay. 11.
Uncle, brother, partner.
Yeah. But he's the one who's, so
That's just awful. You're awful.
That is okay. Our situation, you got me, the stepfather, with the biological mother.
Why do you put
And
yourself
have
first?
the other side, the biological father. So, with everything that's been said and done, the biological father is pissed off. The mother is pissed off. I'm pissed off. But the difference is how we point and release our angers is totally different. The biological father, without a shadow of a doubt, has gone to social media. He has talked to the neighbors. He's talked to anybody who will listen to him. And he has said the things that.
Mr. Proudfoot, respectfully, I'm going to say that Seth didn't come to the YouTube streets and social media out of anger. Seth came to the YouTube streets and social media for help to find his son, to get the story of his son out there, to keep his name alive, to keep people searching. Yes, I'll admit he's mad. I'll admit that. But he's not putting his anger into social media like you do, sir. Respectfully.
But he has said, I'm not going to repeat them.
Yeah.
He's only said the truth.
All know.
Thank me.
Yeah. But see, all of that, you've got two different points here. It's like one side is so mad he's got to vent his anger and push it in a direction which he only knows how. Vice, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
I haven't done that. I'm not going to do it. Yeah, I vented a little bit on Clue Show one day. I still apologize. I shouldn't have done it. But, if that individual ever wants to have a conversation, she's more than welcome to have that conversation with me, and I will let her know.
Oh, God, please don't. What I don't understand, though, and I'll be honest, is you did have that movement, and I was disappointed.
Chris Proudfoot, she said you could come up on her panel.
I was so upset about it. I thought it was just as bad as Seth, and it was gross. What was said about it was gross. I don't support it. I don't support it being said about anybody. But that's it.
Thank you, Granny. That's the first kind word I've ever heard you say about Brittany's J. That's the first kind word. You said Brittany didn't deserve it. Thank you. Thank you.
If there was months of a build-up, right, where you remain quiet, you got to mute. Whoever's dog is sneezing in the background, please mute. Where you had a build-up of this person and these people repeatedly doing saying the nastiest things about you, your wife, your life, things they don't even know, but they were such facts.
And don't forget the vile shit people have said about Sebastian, the child that is actually missing, our son.
Right. And that's what I was about to say. And this is and it was ironic because I just said this. I think it was the same day that ended up happening. I said, when you listen to this vile stuff enough, you end up responding as vile and not even realizing it. Because you were, you're hearing all. And
I'm probably going to repeat myself in the video in just a minute. But this hurts. This hurts. She is blaming Brittany J for being vile to Chris Proudfoot. Brittany J has never been vile to Chris Proudfoot. Brittany J doesn't tell lies. She doesn't beat around the bush about stuff. She tells it like it is. She's not being vile. She's being honest. And she's never said anything that's degrading towards Chris Proudfoot, other than telling the truth and saying that he's lied on certain occasions.
I've done that. That was my past. These people would say the most horrific things, and I'd shoot off at my mouth, matching, not even realizing it. And I feel like that was a moment for you where.
Granny, are you saying that Brittany J was vile towards Chris and it warranted him saying all that stuff that you just said out of your own mouth was too vile to have been said?
Sorry. Especially since that was their goal, right? We saw that they were trying to get Chris to snap.
No, we weren't.
I mean,
nobody on the green team is.
And who wouldn't know that?
Nobody on the green team is trying to get anybody to snap. The green team is only trying to get y'all to stop harassing the members of the green team, Brittany J and Bullhorn Betty and
clutch them pearls. You guys don't know who I am, so I don't have to worry about you. But, you know, I'm just a nobody, but I will defend the green team. You guys are all vile. You guys are blaming the green team for the things that you're doing. You're doing it and blaming us for it. Jerks.
Don't get me wrong. I have apologized for what I said. Was it my finest moments? Absolutely not.
No.
And I would still offer that apology to her personally, but I would still let her know in a much different way how I do not appreciate the things that she is saying.
He could have said so much more with all Brittany J said about him and his wife. He was nicer than he could have been. Okie, you're horrible. You're horrible. Brittany J has never said, or anybody on the, we do not come right out and say Chris and Katie are guilty of anything. We have never said anything vile about Chris and Katie. Chris is the reason we have sides. Chris is the reason there's a Bluebirds team and a green team. And Chris is the main culprit guiding the Bluebirds team. The beautiful Bluebirds. Yeah. With the ringleader of Chris Proudfoot. You don't get to talk about Brittany J like that. I revoke your permission.
Things that she continuously spews. But that's here nor there. That's her choice. That's a conversation. If she wants to have, we can have it offline.
No,
and
online.
Do not bring my conversations to the public that I have behind.
Chris, she has said last night, well, not last night, it would have been the night before because this is tomorrow's video. The night before last, she said, and I'm sure you heard it, you can come up on her panel, but she will not talk to you. She said she would not talk to you in private. She's afraid of you, not really afraid. But what have you got to hide if she can't bring the conversation to the public? You're a nasty, nasty man. Brittany's not looking to be wife number 6. Brittany's got a man that knows how to treat her right.
Closed doors. It's nobody's business. There are people that can contest to that.
I wouldn't trust her to have a conversation with a mouse behind closed doors.
Well, you have to give them a chance. That's
Yeah.
I have to give them a chance.
And through email, a lot of us complained about them at night billboards and said they need to be took down. There were a lot of people.
Yeah, we know you did.
Well, I'm not going to lie. I have a better idea. Stop trying to fight a billboard campaign. Why don't everybody just turn and fight to take out At Night Media or...
He just threatened At Night Media. Live on Granny's Watching. He threatened to take out At Night Media. Sorry, my dogs are being loud.
One world that is a bogus company anyways.
Right.
You can't be an intelligence agency without a license.
It's all bogus.
Yep.
And I think Granny's going to take them down, aren't you, Granny? Yeah, going for them, babe.
I hope so. Shaggy, thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you. I do too.
I do know that on X and through email, a lot of us complained about them at night billboards and said they need to be took down. There were a lot of people.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to lie. I have a better idea. Stop trying to fight a billboard campaign. Why don't everybody just turn and fight to take out At Night Media or One World that is a bogus company anyways.
Right.
You
I
can't
mean,
do
you
it.
can't be an intelligence agency without a license.
Yes,
It's
they're
all
licensed.
focus.
Yep.
And I think Granny's going to take them down, ain't he, Granny?
Granny ain't
Yeah,
man enough.
I hope so.
The investigation is. I live outside of city limits, so the Sumner County Sheriff's Department is our police force where we live. So they would be the ones to come out and say anything. Now, they've come out and they've done a press release, I think 2 or 3 times. And other
They
than that,
haven't
they've
done
been
anything since
quiet as
April
just simply
of
because
2024.
everything that's been going on, they can come out and say whatever and guarantee you people will run with it and say, nope, they said this and they're going to tear it apart. I'll tell you the number one personal, the one that I know that tears every single thing apart, doesn't matter what it is. Clutch those nuts, or clutch those pearls. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That idiot went out there and just said something about a drunk bus saying Crabtree and Clue got arrested.
Right. He was so excited.
And he was so tickled, like, you know.
Some of them were just fucking idiots, but the other ones that really just wanted the best for Sebastian, that was my heart. But I have so many people say to me, like, well, they deserve it. Why would they do that? They
I
don't
mean,
do
it's
that.
actually quite concerning that they have copies of people's IDs. Like,
Yeah.
We
I
don't
know
have
what-
copies of people's IDs.
Just couldn't they set up multiple email accounts for like doxing at and all like
We don't have people's IDs. You guys are the ones that put Seth's ID out there. It wasn't the green team. It was you beautiful Blue Jays. Sorry.
when they were asking for information, if you guys remember, Jay, you remember too, or Clue, but they were setting up all those different email accounts and asking people to send in different things constantly and continuing to change the email address too.
I don't remember that.
Well, I didn't know the email address was changing, but I do know that they had a docs.com or some shit.
Yeah, they were kept releasing and asking people to send stuff into them. So I'm going to pop down. I just wanted to show people what you guys were talking about because I was like, oh, I got it right here. And I know people are afraid to click on it, but it's coming right off their website. People aren't making this stuff up. They're putting it out there.
Right.
And Granny,
Like,
when they came at you, if you remember, you'd phone their hotline and you spoke to that woman and you put it all out what she said. Well,
That wasn't when they came at me. That was well before. That I didn't call that hotline out of malice.
No, but you called the hotline and then you
The
started
tip line.
questioning them, the tip line thing, and you started questioning them. And then the person that shall not be known talked about, she popped up on the channel when you were showing pictures of Sebastian and we were talking about him. And he done no wrong. And suddenly it was bam, boom, they're onto you.
I mean, my personal opinion on all this matters, I think this was something that was set in place a long time ago. The more you do your digging on all these rabbit holes, the more you find so many of these webs are interconnected with each other. It's
Yeah, because you know we did notice what we discovered that Mommy and Up was
join.
What was it, Angel? I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
I'm saying all the dots join. It's all the same old people. And they've been at it for a while. Long before we had this case.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Not my dog, Jason. Not today.
Well, when I was doing that, Mommy and Up came out and did her flip reverse the same time that At Night entered the scene. So at first she was doing all these videos about Seth and everything, and then at the same time she had that whole come about and did a flip about. It's the same exact date that these guys came on the scene.
I'm telling you, they use the same Tony tactics. They get these people, they find out everything they can about them, and then they use the shit against them so that they don't speak out. Look at Terry Lynn.
Excuse me, Jay. Excuse me. You didn't mean to say Tony. You meant to say SF. You meant to say SF, not Tony. You meant to say SF. I'm sorry, you misspoke, ma'am.
I had to eat crow, it tastes like shit. That was all around the same time frame where these flipping, when At Night came on the scene publicly and started sending injunctions and filed the lawsuit against you guys. Then people got scared shitless.
Speaking
Well, I
of
mean,
which,
that's
And I think that the bigger message here should be to the people that are still scared is that they're frauds. Like, don't be afraid of them. Whatever it is they're threatening you with, tell law enforcement. The dude, Nick's on parole. I mean,
But that's what has them afraid, is that these guys are fraudsters.
they're dangerous. Yeah,
Right.
they're dangerous. I get it. But don't let them, scare you into silence. And you don't have to go public with what you do.
Clea, you had a pretty good show yesterday.
Okay. All y'all are against Nick the Hat because he happens to be on parole. Right? Right? Why are all y'all praising Katie's mother, who is a RO, a child, whatever, I don't know the initials for it, but she can't even be around children. She's got 99 years probation. She's on probation. That's worse than being on parole. Probation's worse than being on parole. Yeah. Yeah. She got 99 years probation. She's not supposed to be around these children. And you guys are saying it's okay for them to bring Sebastian around her? Excuse me. And whatever Nick the Hat did in the past that got him on parole, he's made amends. If he hadn't made amends, he wouldn't be on parole. He wouldn't be out of prison. He seems to be a good man, a caring man that's helping to find the child that you say, Chris Proudfoot, that you want to have found. Think about it. He's here to help. Jerk. I'm going to...
Audio, so I'm going to have to pull it up this way. Don't go racing out to leave just yet. The most important part of the stream is coming up. And then, unfortunately, people are going to tear this apart regardless. But this will likely be behind a members only to try to negate as much of that as we can do. I saw people in the comments misunderstanding what was being stated, despite Chris making it very clear. So
I don't think it ever made it to members only because it took me 2 days to record what I recorded off of it, and I am not a member of this channel.
let me see if I can find where this is.
Chris only makes things as clear as Chris wants them to be.
StreamYard, it is quiet. But this is what brings us here today, and I hope that people can remember that. Independent thinker, thank you so much.
On February 26, 2024, an Amber Alert went out
That audio is horrible. Hold on. Why was that?
for 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers. Sebastian is white, 5'5", 120 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. Sebastian was last seen wearing a black long-sleeve shirt, black sweatpants, and glasses. He has a medical condition that may impair his ability to return safely without assistance. If you have seen Sebastian or have information regarding his whereabouts, please contact the Sumner County Emergency Center or TBI at 1-800-TBI.
Okay. So, my point in all this is she's offline for 4 days. 4 days she doesn't come online. Then she comes online and wants to make a point about she whose name we will not mention, which is she's imitating Brittany Jackson. Brittany J. And I'm not doxing her by putting her name. Her name is on one of her Cash App or GoFundMe or something like that. Not GoFundMe, I'm sorry. She doesn't have a GoFundMe. She has a Venmo or Cash App or something, PayPal. I don't know what it is. But her full name is on one of those. So I'm not doxing her. I don't know where she lives. I don't want to know where she lives. It's not my business where she lives. She's a wonderful person. I do know she lives somewhere close to the ocean, the Atlantic Ocean. I think so. Okay. You want to go to the ocean and look for her? That's a big cup of water. But, so, what I'm trying to say is, she comes on, she won't say Brittany's name. She makes it obvious who she's talking about when she talks, but she won't say her name. And then, after 4 days being gone, she comes back one day and she bashes Brittany. She bashes Bullhorn Betty. She bashes, I think, Lolly once. She bashes Clutch Them Pearls, Justin. She bashes Seth. And who else got bashed? Well, that's 5 right there. 5 strong members of the Green Team. 5 strong members of the Green Team. And she titled her topic about Julie Skolniak, TikTok Julie. Horrible woman. So she lied about her title even. TikTok Julie didn't cause flames. You guys didn't even mention TikTok Julie. She came in here in September from TikTok and tried to take over the YouTube streets. She thinks she's all that in a bucket of chicken. Well, she ain't nothing in my books. She ain't nothing. Just like Granny ain't nothing. Buzzy Buzz ain't nothing. Bash Tim ain't nothing. Clueless ain't nothing. No Sense ain't nothing. Y'all ain't nothing. None of y'all. Because y'all ain't looking for Sebastian. Y'all don't care. All y'all want to do is make those of us that do care about Sebastian look bad. And I'm telling you what, I can't make threats because I won't say something if I can't back it up. But I'll tell you what I can back up. I think it would be wise if y'all stop attacking Brittany J. She has done nothing to deserve to be attacked. She wouldn't talk about you guys at all if you guys did not talk about her and did not screen Skype her or snipe her or whatever it's called. And y'all did play her every night. Get y'all's own dadgum info. Get y'all's own topics. That's what I'm doing. I only have 600 and something odd members, not even 680 members. I don't have a very big channel. I ain't nobody. I'm trying to be somebody, but that's because I'm trying to get my own information. I'm not trying to screen Skype somebody. Now, I apologize, Miss Granny, that I used your screen, your video, but I used it to make a point. I'm not bashing you. I know it sounds like it, and I apologize for that 100%. What I'm saying is that you came on here after being gone for 4 days and you bash every member of the Green Team. Why? What was your purpose? What was your end goal? To try to hurt all of us? That's dumb. And when that one comment came up, it wasn't from anybody I've ever seen on the Green Team. But when that one comment came up and you said it was the immaturity, you're the one showing your own immaturity. You're the one showing your immaturity. Because a mature person would never do something like that, would never act the way you're acting. A mature person would show respect to others. Love thy neighbor as thyself. Look it up, it's in the Bible. God bless you, Granny, and everybody on the beautiful Bluebirds team. You're all beautiful Blue Jays. Okay. So I'm sorry that was so long. I hope I didn't made it look like too much drama. I tried not to. But I tried to make the points that needed to be made. They were saying false things about the green team. They're just being mean and ugly about us. And yes, I lost my temper a little bit, just a little bit, over Chris Prophet at that moment. And I'm sorry. And I want to thank Miss Greeny's watching for putting the video out there so that I would have content for today. Now I have content for tomorrow. We're going to talk about something that I wrote down somewhere. I don't know. I wrote something down and I'm going to research it. Anyway, I'll find it. I wrote it down on a piece of paper. It could have been a snip of a tissue or something. But anyway, I do have content for tomorrow, and it's a new story. I joined a new app that sends me right now information when it happens. So, breaking news. That's where I got the one yesterday about the 5 police officers that got arrested when the dispatcher got unalived. So anyway, thank you for being here. Do something nice for someone, even if it's just be the reason my microphone's in the way. Even if it's just be the reason they smile today, because you make me smile by being here. And thank you for being here. If you haven't hit the thumbs up, please hit the thumbs up on your way out. And have a great evening and get Locker.